assessment. So this is a complete complex process you have to assess here, and this is based on a database, the Ezuko database, which is free, available on the internet. So there you can measure the ecological footprint on every material which is inside the database. I'm honest, it's not every little material is now inside this database, but similar to the BREEAM system, the database is growing more and more. But there is not a rating like in BREEAM with A, B, and C, or A+, I've seen on your chart. These are just calculated things like the global warming process, potential of plaster or of concrete. So it's just a number in it. And then you have to calculate this after the ISO standard and combine it to the ecological footprint of the complete building. In criteria 6, we focus on high-risk materials like halogens or organic solvents. And as the basis for this criteria, we have the REACH list and the European Biocidal Product Directive. So again, these are European standards, and you belong to the EU, so that should be your standard as well. The last 3 criteria handle with the usage of sustainable wood. We already heard about that, this FSC certificate or PEFC certificate we have in Germany. A difference to LEED, for example, is we accept both. As long as this is the standard in your country, you are free to prove that's a standard, and we are fine with that. So we don't force you to have a special certificate coming, which is not available in your country, like the carpet certificate Dr. Erden has mentioned. We're talking also about the reduction of drinking water demand, similar, you have heard about this already, or the reduction of area demand. Dr. Erden mentioned the brownfield redevelopment. So that's something we got in our system as well. The second quality, the economic quality. Now we are talking about money. We're talking about the net present value over a period of 50 years. So the basis for this calculation are the construction costs, for example, the operation costs, and even selected repair costs and cleaning costs of the building. So it's not only the investment you will spend on your building, it's about the whole operational period of 50 years. And then perhaps you will decide a little bit in another way. Perhaps it's better to spend 10,000 euro right at the beginning of the project more, but to decrease your energy demand in a period of 50 years or even 30 years, whatever. That's what we are talking about when we say a sustainable economic quality. And also we talk about the suitability for third-party use. It's not only a building built today for a special company. Think about what can you do with this building perhaps in 20 years. Will this building be suitable for another company, or is it just for this special company and this special usage? You have to prove that you perhaps can change your office building into a hotel or into living, some dormitory or whatever. You have to prove that this is part of your designing process. Third column, social, cultural, and functional quality. You see 15 criteria here. 8 handle with health, comfort, and user satisfaction. 5 with the functionality of the building, and 2 with some aesthetic issues. The highlighted criteria handle with the operating temperature or the relative humidity inside your building, calculated with a thermal simulation you already heard about. And as well as the availability of daylight or light distribution at the working place. You've seen pictures from Robert not working in these small boxes like the Americans are used to. I think no one in Germany will work there for more than 2 hours and they will quit the job. So we are used to that standard that Robert shows on the picture. In criterion 20, we evaluate also indoor air quality by testing the concentration of volatile organic compounds and formaldehyde in the ready-built rooms to guarantee a healthy working environment for the future user of the building, to get rid of this thick building syndrome for headaches or allergical reactions of the users. The fulfillment of this criteria is necessary, otherwise you will not get a certificate. So if you don't take care of during your construction stage of the building, and you don't have an eye on all materials which are brought into the building, paint or the glue for the carpet or whatever, if you use the wrong material, you will have the measurement and you will be over 3,000 microgram per square cubic meter of VOC, you will kick out. So no certificate is available. And you can imagine if you start your certification process and during 2 years of erection of the building and construction and designing, and everyone is proud, yeah, we will have a gold building. This measurement is only possible within 4 weeks after completion of the room. So in a very late stage of the building process. And then if you fail this test, there is no certificate any longer available for you. So you have to take care of what you are doing, not only talking about the material, you have to keep an eye on it. In criteria 24, we're talking about the quality of outdoor spaces. It's a little bit too light here. These are projects we have in the certification process, but you can see when you download the PDF. That will be in colored PDF, I think, so you can have an eye on the pictures. Inside this criteria, for example, we ask if you have a maintenance contract for all the plants you have on your building area. If you have this, you will get 5 checklist points or 5 credit points. If you cover your technical structures, for example, on the roof of a building, you'll get another 10 credits for it. So some criteria you have to calculate something, and then this special criteria is just more or less a checklist. Do I fulfill these requirements or not? And if I fulfill them, I earn some points, and in the end, if you calculate the sum of it, we put the number into the evaluation matrix, and then you can clearly see how many percentage of the requirement do I fulfill. In 27 and 28, we handle with the flexibility and efficiency of the building by testing the modularity of the floor spaces or the flexibility of the electrical supply or the media supply. Again, we're talking about third-party use here. how easy, how flexible can you react on another demand of a future user. The criteria 26, handicap accessibility, is another prerequisite. You have to fulfill it. If no handicapped can enter your building, you are kicked out of the German system. The fourth quality we take a closer look to is the technical quality. For example, in number 35, take a closer look to on thermal bridges or the medium thermal transmission of the building envelope. But we also talk about fire prevention or noise protection. So that's, I think these are criteria you are used to in your normal daily work. So it's for the engineers, this technical quality more or less would be the easiest to fulfill or to know what to do to fulfill it. The last quality we're talking about is process quality. This is divided into the quality of planning and the quality of construction. By up to 47 is planning, and 48 to 51 is the construction quality. One example here for criteria 50, you have to document all material by collecting the safety data sheets, for example. And you have to do measurements like in a blower door test or a sound test to prove the building quality. You have to clearly to point out here, yes, what we planned to do, we achieved. So that's just one example in here. And last but not least, the site quality. And here you have to document the surrounding of the building and the accessibility of the location, like public transport or other facilities. But this is just work to do, but there's no influence on gold, silver and bronze of the building. Coming now to the country-specific adaptation. We think to get an acceptance of a certification system, it should adapt the regional differences of a country, like the climate or other technical regulations. The comparability